So I'm going to make a honey and beeswax soap, and I found this silicone pot holder. I believe it was at the local grocery store, and it was in a square, and I cut it so that it would fit into my 2-pound mold at the very bottom. And then I trimmed this one up to be just a little bit fancy on the edges, and it's not going to cover the entirety of the mold on the top, so there'll be a little bit that is not covered on the mold sticking out. I am collaborating with a local beekeeping company and creating this beeswax and honey soap with their honey. So I'm going to put together my butters and oils, and we'll talk about this as I go. Hi, this is Lauren, and I'm going to bring you along as I make my beeswax and my honey soap. So the first thing you have to be sure that you do is get your oils up to at least 145 degrees so that when you add your beeswax to it, the beeswax will melt. These are grated beeswax particles from a bar of beeswax that I have, and you have to mix that for quite a while until all of the beeswax is melted. Then you have to make sure that the temperature will be ready for the honey to go in, and you don't want to add your honey until your oils are around 120 degrees. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm mixing it together. And they suggest that you put it into a cool water bath. And here I have my cool water, and I'm stirring and mixing it around to release the heat from the oils. And it was not a time frame that I actually kept track of, but it wasn't a short amount of time for that to go down 20 degrees. Being my very first time to attempt this, I was just a little bit nervous because of the wax potentially building up and getting hard. Once the mixture was cool, it was time to take out a little bit of the oil and beeswax and add the honey to that smaller portion. So it's really important that when you do that, you are able to mix all of that together thoroughly. And then you add the blended mixture of honey, wax, and oils into the other oils, and make sure that that is thoroughly mixed together before you add your lye. So my lye, water, and my oils were just probably 5 degrees in difference in their temperature, and I think they're around 118 degrees Fahrenheit. And then whenever I finished putting my lye water in, I began mixing that together, and if you can look down in there, you can see that it was very shiny when it all came together. Then it was time to stick blend, and I just stick blended with short bursts off and on, and use the spatula to make sure that I was able to get everything to a nice emulsification, but not too thick. If you notice the beautiful amber color, that is basically because of the heat that has been created within the soap batter. This soap set up very quickly after it went through the gel stage, and I actually unmolded it before the end of the day. This is the aftermath of the molding. This mold, this piece right here, came out of this mold, my homemade one, and it wasn't very square, as you can see. We've got some lighter color right there that is on the very top. This is what I considered to be the top. This had bubble wrap. This loaf, I did that fancy stuff right here. I pulled off that silicone piece on both sides, and I really like it. It looks more like a octagonal bee hive. So I'm actually considering cutting them to be more of a tall and skinny. This would actually be more of a tall and fatter. But I only have a 12 bar cutter with inch measurements. Let's see what they look like. I don't know if I mentioned that this is the very first time I've used beeswax in a soap, and for it to be honey and beeswax was a new experience for me, with all the different steps that you should take to incorporate everything. But I had a lot of fun doing it. I think that they make nice, tall and skinny bars of soap, one a little bit skinnier than the other, and I really enjoy the color of the soap. I'm anxious to actually try it and see the lather it produces and how it works with the wax as part of the recipe. So I hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and comment. Have you made honey beeswax soap? I'd love to get some pointers from you if you have great ideas about making it, and I hope that you all have a blessed day. Here we go for the lather test for the honey and beeswax soap that I made. So here's the one pattern with the beeswax soap. Here's the other. This one had a silicone mat, and this one had bubble wrap. Which one do you like the best? So I have a slice of it here. It's only been a couple days since I actually created it. So I'm going to see exactly what kind of a lather, what this feels like whenever you use it. It really is pliable, and I'm just excited to figure this out. So I'm going to wash my hands as always. And then we'll just send it around. Really is a silky bar that would slip out of your hands and put it in the water. It's very creamy. And this is the bar. I really like it. They talked about the potential for drag if you got too much wax in there, but I really like that. That just feels amazing. I'm excited about it. So we'll rinse it off. Now you know what it's going to do if you decide to purchase some of it. Have a wonderful day. Bye.